Hello everybody, welcome to Stewart Field, where today the Hunterdon Central Red Devils will face their biggest challenge at home against the Scotch Plains-Fanwood Raiders. Now, for Hunterdon Central Television, I'm Fernando Rodriguez, along with my colleague Ryan Sullivan, and we'll be bringing today's action.
Hi Fernando, it's good to be here. This should be a very, very intriguing matchup. Both teams have reeled off 4 straight victories. Scotch Plains tying their first match 0-0 against Westfield, and Hunterdon Central losing a heartbreaker at Ridge 1-0. They conceded in the last 2 minutes of the game, but both teams have bounced back, 4 straight wins, and Hunterdon Central is looking to hand Scotch Plains their first loss of the season, while the Raiders look to stay undefeated at the early stages of this girls' soccer season.
Yes, now Hunterdon Central, they're ranked 3rd in the power rankings, and then Scotch Plains is ranked 8th. So Hunterdon Central, their last game, they destroyed Phillipsburg 8-0.
Should be a very good match. Hunterdon Central is in white and the Raiders in blue. And we are just about ready to kick off here at Stewart Field, which should be one of the best games of the season thus far.
Yes, and now today there's around 70 high school games in New Jersey, and this is one of the best ones today, as both of these teams are evenly matched.
It'll be interesting to see how freshman leading goal scorer for the Red Devils, Karina Zulo, plays up against a very tough opponent. She leads the Red Devils with 6 goals in just 5 matches, with many of those being assisted by her sister on the opposite side, Luciana. And we are off here at Stewart Field, Scotch Plains in possession.
Yes, and now right off the bat, the game starts, and there's a foul in the favor of the Raiders.
It looks like it's going to be Christina Rogers from about 45 yards out, try to serve this ball in. She is one of the top players on the Raiders with 3 goals and 3 assists so far in just 5 games. So she should be a key factor for the Raiders.
Yes, also there's a player that Hunterdon Central should really watch out for. Also there's Carrie McKinley, she's the top goal scorer for the Raiders, and she's got 4. And right there, Christina Rogers, she took that from far out, trying to catch the goalie off guard in the first couple minutes of this game.
Yeah, speculative effort. I didn't think she was going to line up a shot from 45 yards out, but she went for it, and I guess when you have 3 goals in 5 matches, you have the right to do that. But never going to trouble junior goalkeeper Sarah Collodi.
That's now Sarah Collodi with the goal kick. Caitlin Adams rushing for that ball, playing it back. Luciana Zulo receives the ball. Now Luciana, she's quite a player right here, and she's always making those perfect runs across the field, catching the defenders off guard.
And with her speed, she can get in behind almost any defense, and with her opposite winger, her sister Karina, it really is a great dual attack up top for the Red Devils.
Yes, now they have the chemistry. As you were mentioning before, Luciana, she's the one that's supporting her sister. She's playing those assists to her sister.
And up top, you see number 14, Mackenzie Mullins. They're going to try to play long to her as well. She will be playing a lone striker role in what looks to be a 4-3-3 formation, with Sarah Hazard just sitting a little deeper in the midfield in front of that back 4. Now
Luciana Zulo, she's going to try to use her pace to get to that ball, but Scotch Plains, they weren't going to take their chances, and they cut it out for a throw-in.
They should be looking to do that all the time, not take chances, just clear out and look to play possibly an offside trap to catch Luciana with her speed offsides.
Yes, and now that's something Phillipsburg tried to play. They knew that Luciana Zulo and Karina, they were a lethal pair, so they just want to play that offside trap, which unfortunately didn't work out so well for them.
Yeah, as you mentioned, an 8-0 win over Phillipsburg, with Luciana Zulo, her sister Karina Zulo, and Sam Senator each scoring twice, and Sarah Hazard and Bree Pavel added the other 2 goals. So a really great performance from them, but this should be, with all due respect to Phillipsburg, a much tougher opponent.
That's now Samantha Senator the other day. She was playing that left back position. Coach said, why not? Let's play her up top, and she scored 2 goals back to back, making it 8-0 for the Red Devils.
Yeah, you see that a lot. Coach Janine Calhoun will send her fullbacks forward, and that includes Hannah Merlo and Sam Senator. They'll look to get forward in the attack with just keeping the 2 center backs back on defense.
That's now Coach Calhoun. She's got a pretty well-built team overall. And that's something Scotch Plains should really look after. As the Red Devils, they have a lethal attacking trio, which usually consists of Luciana Zulo, Bree Pavel, and Karina Zulo, which, again, as you said, she's the top goal scorer for the Red Devils.
And if you have a great attack like that, you also need a good midfield to supply that. And Sarah Hazard in there, along with Bree sometimes, who can play up top as well, as you mentioned. And also sometimes Caitlin Adams will step up there.
Also, Shay Seyfert, she likes to play in the middle too, and she plays some nice through balls that just thread through the defense.
Yeah, Shay, number 29, starting off at center back today, but we could see her in a midfield role later in the game with possibly Gabby Vitale checking in at her normal center back position.
Yes, now Mullins plays it wide to Luciana Zulo. Crossing it in, looking for her sister. Gets to number 17, who takes a shot just wide. Great effort there by Bree Pavel.
And that's where you see the service of Luciana. Great ball to the back post, just over the defender's head. That looked like Taylor Diggs of the Raiders. Couldn't quite get a head on it. Maybe the sun played a factor, and Bree Pavel just couldn't get the finish down. It's out for a Raiders throw in deep in the corner.
Now Red Devils recovering. Caitlin Adams running in. Tries playing it through to number 14, Mullins.
And this is the first action of the game, an easy pickup for the Raiders goalie, and that is Andrea Leitner.
Yes, now Andrea Leitner. She's gotten outstanding 17 saves so far this season. And it's going to be very hard to score on her. Also including that she's got a great defense in front of her.
17 saves in just 5 games is very impressive, and she has only let in just a few goals this season. As you mentioned, the Raiders' defense is very strong, but if there's any attack that's going to crack it, it's going to be the Red Devils. That ball just played a little too long, and it is a goal kick for Sarah Collodi and the Red Devils.
That's now Central's midfield. They're going to be looking to play that long ball as they usually do, especially with great players in the midfield who have great vision too, such as Caitlin Adams, Bree Pavel, and Sarah Hazard. They can ship those long balls. Also, Luciana Zulo, she likes playing as that supportive player on the left wing and just crossing it in for a goal.
And it looks like the Raiders have set up their defense a little differently than that of Phillipsburg. It looks like number 16, the center back, Sabrina DeLolo, is playing a bit deeper instead of playing an offsides trap, so she can match the pace of both Zulos and Mackenzie Mullins up top, because they might have seen from the Phillipsburg game that the offsides trap didn't work too much, especially when you concede 8 goals.
Now Hunterdon Central recovering as the Raiders play some high pressure and end up recovering the ball.
And the shot comes in, it is wide of Collodi's goal for another goal kick, and it seems it's very end-to-end so far, evenly matched. Both teams have had slight chances, but nothing really for either goalkeeper to have to worry about.
Now great goal kick from Sarah Collodi. You can expect a lot from her.
And there's the through ball to Karina Zulo, using her pace. Luciana is making the run in the middle. She looks for the chip, and it is right at Andrea Leitner. But there you see the service. The ball came in. It started from a simple goal kick. Mullins with great strength on the turn, a really good ball in behind. And Karina used her pace to get in behind. She just couldn't pick out the final ball, but that's a good sign for the Red Devils.
Yes, now Karina, she's been used to just having those long balls, and she uses her pace to get down, and this is going to be a little bit harder for her, as the Raiders are a very well-built team overall.
And it looks as if their defenders are quite quick and can almost match that pace, and that should be a test for the Red Devils, as their normal game plan is to send balls in behind. Luciana does well to keep that ball in, but they're able to get it to Christina Rogers, who can play it out of the back. And she wins a throw-in. Throw-in for the Raiders deep in their own half. Red Devils looking to lock them in.
Yes, now the Raiders, they've been doing a very great job right now, cutting off Central's offense. But right there, they just turned over that throw-in, and it could cost them in the long run.
And here's a free kick, about 25 yards out on the left. Free kick that it looks like Luciana Zullo is going to send in with her left foot, an outswinger that the Central taller players can attack.
Yes, now from this angle, she's just going to look for that easy cross and look for a header.
It was a great ball in. It looked like
Sarah.
no one was making the back post run, and it sailed over everyone's head, and it is a goal kick for Leitner.
Yeah, it looked like Sarah Hazard. She was running up, but it was just too high for her, and it just went right over the top of everyone's heads.
Good start for the Red Devils, though. And as you mentioned, the Raiders are set up to defend, and they are a well-rounded team. But just as you saw, that one ball through from Mullins to Karina Zullo can really cause problems. They only need one, and they could open this game up. So the Raiders will have to keep watch of that and look to try to keep a clean sheet here in the first half.
That's now Luciana Zullo making up that run. As you can see, Karina Zullo, only a freshman, but she's not afraid to go up against these seniors, and she keeps hustling and fighting for that ball.
And here's Luciana looking to get in behind the defense. Match up one-on-one, couple of scissor moves to get inside. Her ball to the top of the box. Pavel looked to flick it on, and it is straight to Andrea Leitner. But there you see the skill and the ability of Zullo out on the left wing, causing problems for the defenders and cutting inside quite easily.
As now the first 11 minutes have passed so far in this game, and Hunterdon Central is still tied against the Raiders. Now Central usually used to scoring early in the game.
I think that was their problem against Ridge. 0-0 up until about late in the game, last 10 minutes, and they just weren't used to that. They were used to being in front, and they suffered a heartbreaking defeat, but they've bounced back really well and won all of their games since, only allowing 4 goals, and 3 of those in one game, a huge 4-3 win last week.
Yes, now Shea Seifert right there. Great job keeping out the defense. Now, as I was saying before, Sarah Collodi, you can expect a lot from her, as she's the Coach Collodi's daughter, and Collodi, he likes to push those players, make them strong, make sure they don't get muscled off that ball easily.
Yeah, and you can see that strength among the Central players. They do not get bullied off the ball easily, and they have a physical presence in the back. 2 junior defenders, Noelle Golden and Shea Seifert. Not often you see 2 junior starting center backs. Usually you have a senior back there for leadership, but they have done a really good job this season and only conceded a few goals.
That's now right there. You saw the effort from Karina Zullo hustling back.
And she keeps the ball in play. A great ball to Caitlin Adams. And here's Bree Pavel on the turn at midfield. She sees Luciana Zullo in behind, being tracked by 3 Raiders defenders. She pulls it back, and her shot is blocked there by DeLolo.
Yes, now right there, Zullo, she was just trying to get that ball onto her left foot to get a nice, decent shot at goal. And the Raiders, they knew that she was left-footed, and they were just trying to keep her from using that ball, or keep her from using that foot.
And as you mentioned, Fernando, she is left-footed, but that one cross earlier was with her right foot, so she can really hit it with either foot, and they need to be aware of that, because if they play her too much to her right, then she can make them pay. But a great ball in behind there from Bree Pavel, and that is what Central is looking to do.
Yes, now Luciana, she's a very talented player, as she committed to South Carolina.
And she is not the only Division I commit, as right now on the ball, Sarah Hazard has committed to Bucknell, where former Hunterdon Central player Riley Cooper-Smith attends as well. So they should have a good partnership there next year, as both Sarah and Luciana are seniors. And here comes the ball in behind for Scotch Plains, and the shot is drilled in by number 20, Erica Muscus, and it is straight at Sarah Colodi, the first time she's had any action today.
Now, great interception there by the Raiders. They're going to look to make something out of this ball, but great slide tackle by Shea Seifert to keep that ball out of the Central's defense.
And we have a double change right here for the Raiders, first substitutions of the game. And as you mentioned, a great tackle there from Shea Seifert. She was a bit behind, used her pace to recover, and a well-timed tackle. But now the Raiders have a very attacking throw-in about 20 yards from Central's goal.
Now it seems like Christina Rogers is going to put this ball back into play for the Raiders.
Possibly a long throw-in. They have a designated throw-in taker. We'll see what Rogers can do with it. And it is a long throw into the box. And at the back post, it is finally nicked away by Sam Senator and cleared away for the Red Devils. They have Mullins on the attack, Zulos on either side of her. And she plays Luciana in behind. She has the ball here faced up with DeLolo. She looks to cross, and it is cleared away by number 12, Ashley Vincent. And the Raiders are on the ball now in midfield.
A ball out of bounds now. Back there for that throw-in, Stephanie DeVizio, she had a very nice opportunity there. She ducked down, maybe not sure, maybe she believed she had a player behind her, or maybe she just ducked too much. But that was a perfect goal-scoring opportunity for the Raiders.
And as you see there for the Raiders, matched up with Luciana Zula on this right side. Looking to be a tense battle so far. The new substitute, number 6, Amanda Logie. And
Caitlin
Adams is on the ball now. She looks for Karina Zula, and behind it's a great ball. Can the freshman get there? She can't, just a bit too much on that, but positive signs all around for the Red Devils.
Now Taylor Diggs, that small error, letting that ball get through, could have cost her there as Karina Zula. Very lethal player. If she would have gotten to that and crossed it to her sister, it would have been 1-0.
As you mentioned earlier, they like to push their fullbacks forward, the Red Devils, as do the Raiders, but Taylor Diggs is going to have to be a bit more conservative at that left back role, because if she pushes too far up the pitch, she will leave space in behind for Karina Zulo, and they just can't afford that. And it seems as if the Red Devils are winning almost every header in midfield with Caitlin Adams, Bree Pavel, and Sarah Hazard. And the Raiders will look to try to win more of those 50-50 balls in this first half.
That's now Bree Pavel. She was trying to play that ball in to Mullins for a goal.
It's cleared away. Hannah Merlo jumping in the air, seemed to be pushed down, and she does win a free kick. That foul against Erica Muscus, who had the earlier chance for the Raiders. Shea Seifert will line this ball up about 55 yards away from her goal, and will look to put a foot through it. That ball sent in looking for Caitlin Adams. It's over everyone's head and almost to Mullins, but through to Andrea Leitner for the Raiders.
Now Leitner, she shouldn't be afraid to rush out, because Hunterdon Central, once they get through, most of their opportunities are one-on-ones, and she's gonna be able to have to commit to that ball and not be afraid to run out.
Great anticipation from Caitlin Adams, winning it back, and she is fouled by Christina Rogers. And it looks like Hunterdon Central is ready to make 2 or 3 changes here, but they will take the free kick quickly to Mullins. And cleared away for a central throw-in, and now those substitutions will be made.
Yes, now coach, they're just trying to get their last few tactics in, telling the player where they're going to go in, what they're going to do, and make sure everything's going to go as planned.
And it looks like freshman sensation Karina Zulo will be withdrawn here for junior Dana Flood, and another junior, Brianna Floyd, will come into the game for Bree Pavel. So a new look to the attack with Mullins dropping into center mid, Dana Flood out on the right wing, and Floyd playing the center striker.
Yes, now this is something we see Coach Calhoun do a lot. She likes to take off her players, give them a nice rest, and then once she subs them in, they have that extra burst of pace to get through that defense.
And here is Caitlin Adams, a workhorse in the midfield. and that ball given away by Luciana Zullo. And the Raiders have no attack to launch right now, and they just kick the ball upfield, but they have it back now through the midfield. Lines up a shot and well wide from the Raiders, not threatening Sarah Collodi.
That's now Sarah Collodi. She doesn't usually get tested in games, as the Hunter and Central's defense does a great job, but this game we're gonna have to see a lot from her. She's gonna have to make a lot of saves against this lethal Raiders attack.
And as you see, for the Raiders, Leitner having to make most of the early saves. Nothing too difficult for her, but has had much more action than Collodi in the Red Devils' goal. And it's a throw in at midfield for the Raiders, and Sabrina DeLolo will throw in. It's won there by Hazard in midfield. Back to Christina Rogers. She plays a great ball out on the left side. It's sent in behind. Shea Seifert with the tackle. It's well done from her and cleared away by Sam Senator.
That's now some of the fans from Scotch Plains are reclaiming a penalty, but the ref said play on, nothing there.
And it was a great tackle. I don't think there was any hint of a penalty. The players didn't appeal for it. And that ball for Brianna Floyd a little short, but she's won a throw-in from Dana Flood.
That's now Brianna Floyd and Dana Flood. They both have some chemistry as they've played club teams together before. And right now we're going to see a little bit of their chemistry and see if they can come score the first game for Central.
And it's a different looking attack with Dana Flood at right wing rather than Karina Zullo. She's a very talented player, doesn't quite have the pace that Karina Zullo has, so they'll be looking to play into her feet so she can use her skill rather than in behind.
That's now Luciana Zullo. She's going to look to take that ball up, plays it through to Mullins, and the Raiders play it, clear the ball.
And here on the ball now is number 26, Sophie Bross, and she plays Christina Rogers. Good skill in midfield, and they're able to work it out to Lizzie Lay. That ball given away, and Hannah Merlo will step in and play it to Luciana Zullo on the attack.
Luciana Zullo plays that ball intended for Brianna Floyd. Quite didn't get the touch she wanted there. And now the Raiders are on the attack again.
And as you mentioned, those substitutes happening quickly. Bree Pavel just came off 2 or 3 minutes ago, and she is back in, and we are midway through the first half. Caitlin Adams worked very hard in those first 20 minutes or so, and she is replaced by the senior Pavel. Here is Pavel on the ball, playing a great ball in behind to Dana Flood. Chance to get a cross in, the touch a little heavy, and Diggs will see that out for a Raiders goal kick.
That's now Pavel. She was trying to get that ball up to Dana Flood. Dana Flood just taking that heavy touch, and then Diggs just cutting her off, blocking her off the ball.
Goal kick for Leitner here. She puts a foot through it, and it is another 50-50 ball won by the Red Devils. Mackenzie Mullins getting ahead to that, but the Raiders are back in possession through Lizzie Lay.
Now, Ryan, I wouldn't call that ball so much 50-50 anymore, as Central are winning most of them.
It doesn't even seem like a contest anymore. They've won so many, and the Raiders commit a foul in their offensive half, and it'll be a free kick for Noelle Golden in the center of defense. Mullins again winning the header, but it's Diggs on the second ball, and it's a good ball out there to Alyssa DiFrancesco. And Logie is making the run out on the right wing. She's looking for a ball through, and a great step by Seifer, and she keeps possession. Great work down the sideline from the center defender, and Zullo wins a throw-in.
Now Seifer not so easily muscled off that ball. She was showing skill and strength as she was trying to keep that ball in possession for the Red Devils.
So now we see a sophomore for the Red Devils, Kylie Rossler, in number 11, and Mullins exits, and There you go. Karina Zulo is back in for her sister Luciana, who's put in a very good 25 minutes of work. So Karina out on the left this time, as opposed to where she started the game on the right. And the Raiders also make 3 changes during this stoppage.
That's now Karina. I haven't seen her too much on the left wing. She usually likes playing that right wing position. But maybe Calhoun wants to try something out and see if she can support her team like her sister does.
Maybe she saw that Diggs at the left back position was playing very well in Karina. Maybe you want to switch it up, give it a go against the right back for the Raiders. We'll see how that plays out. It's a throw-in for the Raiders right in front of the central bench.
Yes, now Diggs, she's a very solid defender for the Raiders overall.
And Sam Senator concedes another throw-in. Another change for the Raiders. The central back four and the holding midfielder, Sarah Hazard, are unchanged right now. They're just shuffling up the midfield in the attack. But the back four looks very solid early. No test for Sarah Collodi. And it's a very evenly matched game so far, as we expected. And Golden concedes the first corner of the game for the Raiders.
Now, this is the first corner kick of the game. We've gotten really close to them on Central side.
And they're sending up the center backs. Erica Muscus will take the kick, and number 12, Ashley Vincent from center back, will try to be a physical force up there in the box and cause problems for the Central defense. As of right now, she looks unmarked, and now Pavel drops to mark her. And the kick comes in, and it's flicked on. What a save from Sarah Collodi, and it is tipped behind for a goal kick. What an amazing save from the junior goalkeeper to keep this game level, and it is a corner now. Fernando, that was just an unbelievable save. The reactions, that ball came in so quickly. It looked like Vincent got the touch, the center back, and she parried it away very well.
Yes, now Sarah Collodi, she's got that hand-eye coordination. She also plays basketball here at Central, and she's also got that strength. She saw that ball, she probably just saw that touch, and she reacted.
Muscus sends in a higher ball, and this one curls away. Maybe the wind playing a factor for a goal kick. But going back to that save, I thought I was going to be saying 1-0 Raiders. The ball came in so quickly, flicked on, and a really good reaction save from the junior. And the Raiders make another change, and number 14 will exit the game. That's Brianna O'Brien. Now Collodi with the goal kick. Coaches will be very, very pleased that this game is still 0-0. Central catching a huge break right there. But here comes Rogers again on the attack. Karina Zula working back defensively. Coaches love to see that, an attacker working back. And she does really well down the sideline. Great bit of skill. And they concede the throw.
Yes, Karina Zula, she's showing quite a bit of skill right there.
And there she is again, winning a header in the defensive third. But that ball given away by Rossler in midfield, and won back well by Shea Seifert, who plays Karina Zula. And now Brianna Floyd on the ball, looking for some support. She's got Pavel. On the overlap is right back Sam Senator. And given away in midfield to Lizzie Lay. And now Dana Flood exits. Luciana Zulo back in, and Bree Floyd also heading to the bench. And Luciana Zulo and Mackenzie Mullins are back in. So, as you mentioned, not too long on the bench. They're refreshed and ready to go.
Yes, now teams Hunterdon Central, they're going to switch up their formation here for a 4-4-2 with just playing Luciana Zulo and Karina Zulo up top.
Great bit of skill in midfield by Luciana Zulo. She plays her sister in behind. Leitner coming, and she will claim this one easily. The Raiders defense is playing against the through ball very well so far, not allowing either of the Zulo sisters to get in behind and cause problems. Leitner is taking up a drop kick technique here, as another 50-50 ball is won by Bree Pavel. She drops the ball on the ground first. Unorthodox technique, but it's worked well for her so far.
That's now Bree Pavel trying to find Luciana Zulo, making that run up the right wing. But then again, Diggs, she's doing a great job on defense for the Raiders.
Sarah Hazard in midfield. Pavel, good passing in midfield from Central. And again, Diggs is there. She has been a thorn in the side of the Red Devils so far, cutting out almost every pass. Mullins with good strength. She puts a speculative shot in and is wide of Leitner's goal for a goal kick.
Yes, now she knew there's a chance of her losing possession. Why not just take that shot?
Wasn't a bad effort on the volley. Very difficult technique, and about 20 yards out or so, just wide. And it is another Andrea Leitner goal kick, and this one is actually won in midfield by the Raiders. Christina Rogers flicking it on, and now they're on the attack, looking for DiFrancesco in behind. Hannah Merlo plays back to Collodi, who comfortably clears it away.
Now dangerous kick there by Collodi. Quite couldn't get her foot under that ball. Now on the turf, this could be a small problem here. As it's not grass, you can't really get your foot under that ball to send it up high.
And here come the Raiders on the attack in the box. It's played back a little too far, and Luciana Zulo again working back. You can tell that that's something the coaches preach, working back from the attack, as both the Zulo sisters are doing it very well in this first half. We have about 10 minutes remaining in the first half.
As now it seems like the Zulos are playing as those supportive wingers to the defense, falling back and leaving Mullins up top by herself.
So when they attack, as you mentioned, the outside backs getting forward, it's almost like they're playing a 2-8 as Hannah Merlo is fouled there. And but when they defend, there's only one up top with both wingers coming back. Hannah Merlo a little slow to get up. She should be fine, wearing that captain's armband and leading the defense from left back.
Now Shea Seyfert, she's going to be taking that free kick for the Red Devils. She's got a nice strong leg.
It's a great ball in. Not quite cleared by the Raiders yet. Pavel sends one back in, and it's floated in. What a goal from Bree Pavel. Just flicked it on. Leitner could do nothing about it, and Shea Seifert's free kick leads to the opener for the Red Devils against a Raiders team who has not yet lost this season.
That's now Pavel, without looking, she knew where the goal was. She just flicked that ball up, went right over the goalkeeper's head, making it 1-0 for the Red Devils.
And there was nothing Leitner could do about that. Pavel just stuck the outside of her right foot on that, floated straight over and bounced into the side netting. A perfect start for the Red Devils, and they will look to carry this momentum into the rest of the first half and then into the second half.
Now and a handball called on Luciana Zulo there.
It'll be interesting to see how the Raiders react. They have not trailed much at all this season, not losing at all. And it'll be interesting to see how they do away from home against a very tough defensive team, trailing late here in the first half.
Now Noelle Golden clearing that ball. Now Bree Pavel, she's going to get to that, and she plays it up high for Mullins. Mullins is going to try to use her pace, and Diggs is trying to contain that ball, and Mullins does beat her to that ball. Ref blowing the whistle. Now free kick here for the Red Devils.
A quite clear shirt pull from Taylor Diggs, who has played a really great match so far. But you have to say, if this free kick goes in, this one might be on her, a clear shirt pull, and I can't tell now, but it looks like it's Bree Pavel lining up over this one. She just scored the goal, and it is. This is a perfect position for a right-footed player, 4 in the wall for Leitner, and she will look to line this one up from about 20 yards out and put the Red Devils 2 up.
Now Pavel takes that
shot off the crossbar.
Now right there, the woodwork off the crossbar. Hunterdon Central, they could have converted that, and it could have given them that insurance goal against the Raiders.
And that one was actually tipped by Leitner onto the goalpost used for the football games, not the soccer crossbar, and that is out of play. And so it turns out to be a great save for Leitner. It looked like it went straight off the crossbar, and here's a corner here, sent in by Mullins. It's a great ball. Pavel's header floats up, and Leitner is able to claim eventually. The Red Devils really threatening for a second goal.
Yes, Karina Zulo trying to jump up to tap that ball away from the goalkeeper.
Now the key here for the Raiders is to not concede again before halftime. They can't have that much swing of momentum going into the break and trailing 2-0 against a tough team on the road. Great touch there by Muskus around the right side. Her cross in is turned away by Noelle Golden.
Yes, now that low-driven pass, she's just trying to thread that ball through for her teammates to score that goal against Sarah Colodi.
And it'll be the long throw of Christina Rogers that caused a problem last time for the Red Devils, almost flicked in at the back post, and she'll be looking to cause those same problems again. And the throw's a bit shorter this time, headed away by Merlot, and comfortably away by Karina Zulo.
Now the Raiders, it seems like they're not going to go down so easily. They're going to keep fighting. Now they took that shot just wide, just to take their chances.
If you're the Red Devils, you'll live with those shots from outside the box. They have a good defense to get some blocks in. Colodi can make some great saves, as you mentioned, 15 saves on the season. And if that's the shots that they're getting against them, then I think they'll be happy with that.
Sarah Colodi, she's going to boot that one far up the field.
Caitlin Adams winning the header. Zulo the second ball, but the Raiders have it back now with Taylor Diggs.
Now Diggs back there. When she conceded that foul, she just didn't want to give Pavel that one-on-one situation against the goalkeeper, so she just went for that foul instead.
And it turned into a good look for her as the ensuing free kick was not scored, and she can breathe a sigh of relief after conceding that foul. Another touch in midfield. 50-50 ball from Mullins. Mullins and Rogers both go to the ground, play on from the referee, and the Red Devils have the ball through Sam Senator. About 5 minutes remaining in the first half. Red Devils looking to add another before halftime, and the Raiders looking to get to halftime only down 1-0.
Now the Raiders, they're really pushing for that goal. They want to at least tie this game going into the second half, not worrying about anything.
That header won away by Ashley Vincent. It's Diggs again, losing out. Mullins a great bit of skill to flick it over her head, and she plays Luciana Zulo in behind. The cross comes in with her. It's a shot with her left foot. What a save by Leitner. I don't think she was expecting that shot from Zulo. About 25 yards out at a difficult angle, and tipped over the bar for another central corner, and it'll be taken by Hannah Merlot.
Now, perfect angle for a left-footed player to take that shot from that angle, and right there, she really tested Leitner.
And now Leitner will be tested again, an in-swinger by Hannah Merlot, with Karina Zulo standing right in front of her, blocking her vision. And it's swung in very well. Leitner punches away. It's Luciana Zulo on the ball now. She puts one back in. It's cleared away finally by the Raiders, who can start a counterattack through Carrie McNeely down the left side.
Now, Carrie McNeely, she's very lethal. She's the top goal scorer for the Raiders with 4 goals so far this season.
And she plays that one just too far in behind, looking for Erica Muskus, who's been the main part of the attack so far for the Raiders, but just too far. And Central have the ball now through Caitlin Adams. Christina Rogers winning it in midfield, a physical battle with Bree Pavel, and the Raiders have it back now through DiFrancesco. Here come the Raiders on the attack, swung out wide, and the cross comes in, and it is straight at Sarah Colodi, and she throws out quickly, trying to start the counterattack to Karina Zulo.
Now Karina Zulo, she's going to try to use her pace to beat that player.
Great bit of skill.
You can see her agility and speed just taking on players like Cones.
That was a great bit of skill on the step over, just touched it around the defender, and on the opposite side it's her sister Luciana looking for that shot again. This one a bit more ambitious. She didn't really get the right contact, and it's straight at Leitner, who will have to be wary now of that long shot from Luciana Zulo, as the first one almost caught her out.
That's now a bad touch from Caitlin Adams, and now it's a counterattack for the Raiders.
and not on the same page there with Carrie McNeely, the leading goal scorer for the Raiders, and it'll be a goal kick for Sarah Collodi. And the Red Devils will make a substitution, as will the Raiders. Logie coming back in, and Karina Zulo will get an extended bit of rest. 2 minutes to go until halftime, and Dana Flood will check in on this left wing.
Dana Flood, she's going to come in, try to give her other teammates a bit of rest, but also she's going to be searching for that goal.
And Christina Rogers, a towering header in midfield, but it ends up straight back to Collodi off Carrie McNeely. Under 2 minutes to go here in the first half. The Red Devils will be quite pleased with their first half performance against the undefeated Raiders and looking to carry that momentum of Bree Pable's late first half goal into the second half. Good step there from Logie, and here's McNeely, and it's cut out by Senator. And she plays it back to Cypher, who just clears the ball down the field, looking for Mullins, who's won the ball. She's got Dana Flood to her left. Step over, and a great tackle there from Ashley Vincent. And here is Di Francesca. Time winding down in the first half here for the Raiders. It's given away in midfield, won by Caitlin Adams.
Caitlin Adams doing a great job cutting that ball out, slowing the play down a little bit.
And we have a stoppage in play here. I don't think the halftime whistle has been blown. The referee has spotted something here. Oh yeah, a shot to the head there for Christina Rogers. An automatic stoppage in the new laws of today's game. And the referees will discuss something here.
That's now. Maybe the refs just want to make sure she's fine and clear to play. Refs are going to ask for a substitution here.
And Christina Rogers will take no further part in the first half. Not much time remaining, but she will have to come off the field for now. And play will resume with what looks to be like a drop ball here around midfield.
That's now the Raiders. They want to get her back in the second half, because without Rogers, they're going to have a little bit of trouble in the middle. She's just towering, winning some of those headers, throwing those long balls in.
And they will respectfully kick the ball back to Sarah Collodi. And as you mentioned, Christina Rogers, a key player in midfield. She's the only player who can really match the physicality of Bree Pable in there. And they need her to be okay for the second half, which I think she will be.
Now, as you said before, too, this concludes the first half. But as we were saying before, Rogers, she's got 3 goals and 3 assists, and she's a very key player to this Raiders offense. So without her in the second half, they might have a little bit more trouble, and Central could start gaining more of a lead. Now, Hunterdon Central up 1-0 as we end the first half. I'm Fernando Rodriguez with Ryan Sullivan here, broadcasting from Hunterdon Central Television, your school, your station. We'll see you in the second half.
Grace has some pretty stellar arms, like Serena Williams good, but her face is pretty disgusting.
Someone please tell him to go back into his closet and leave us alone.
Brittany's face is so stupid and I hate her so much. It's like a scientist created her in a lab to annoy humanity and didn't even do that good of a job.
Megan reminds me of a troll doll that came to life intent on killing us with her stupidity.
Why is Grace's head so big? It definitely has nothing to do with how smart she is and probably everything to do with how bloated she is.
He's so funny! Just kidding. Who would find this disfigured flamingo funny?
Never post a selfie of yourself. You look so ugly.
The only reason you have so many views is because we think you're a freak and we can't look away.
Megan is the main reason that the world sucks so much.
I would rather get cancer than listen to another Trevor Moran song.
You are a mistake. You should have never been born.
Drown yourself in a shallow puddle, please.
Wow, I hope she's sterile.
These really stopped being funny a long time ago.
You're so much more than the things that people say about you.
Those people have no right to say cruel things to you to make themselves feel better.
It's okay that you sound different than everyone else.
That's what makes you so special.
We will not tolerate it.
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 Every day, people make me feel like I stand out simply because of the way that I look.
Every day, people make me feel small.
Every day, I face the cruel words of bullying. And every day, people tell me that I'm brave for enduring this humiliation.
But we're not the brave ones.
It's the ones that say no to the bullying.
The witnesses.
If we all join together, there's nothing that we can't do.
We will no longer be the silent majority.
When we see bullying online,
We will let the world know that we're going to take action with the eye.
Now, when you see online bullying, there's something you can do about it.
Our actions will overpower cruel words.
I am a witness.
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 There is power in words.
But it's nothing compared to the power of the actions that we put behind our words.
Visit eyewitnessbullying.org to learn more.
I am a witness, and so are you.
I'm gonna stand by you.
You're watching HGTV, Go Central!
Hello everybody, welcome back to the second half of today's varsity soccer game between the Hunterdon Central Red Devils and the Scotch Plains-Fanwood Raiders. As we get into the second half, Hunterdon Central is up 1-0 after an outstanding goal from Bree Pavel.
It was a great first half from Hunterdon Central. They were on the front foot for most of it and really defended well, attacked well. Could have had a couple more goal-scoring opportunities, but happy to be up 1-0 against an undefeated Scotch Plains team. So Hunterdon Central back out there, and here we go. We have a goalkeeper change for Hunterdon Central. Ava Gillikin, a sophomore, replaces Sarah Collodi for the second half. She has 11 saves this season. Sarah Collodi with 15. The second half is off, and Bree Pavel's ball is intercepted and a central throw-in at about midfield as we begin the second half.
Now, Hunterdon Central, they're going to play that throw-in nice and quick. And ball played through, no one there.
So Hunterdon Central lines up the exact same way they started the game, with the exception of Ava Gillikin in for Sarah Collodi at the goalkeeper position. So just a sophomore, big stage for her, big game, and she needs to keep a clean sheet in this half to give Hunterdon Central the first loss of the season to Scotch Plains.
Now, Ryan, do you think this is a great decision just to sub off the goalkeeper halfway through? Sarah Collodi, she's been doing a great job. Remember that first half, she had that outstanding save. I thought it was already a goal for the Raiders.
Well, Fernando, I'm not too sure about this decision. Obviously, Gillikin is very talented, but as is Sarah Collodi, and I just think either goalkeeper would be great, but when you change a goalkeeper halfway through the game, the chemistry with the defense is a little different. Chemistry between defenders and goalkeepers is very important, and with both center backs, Seifert and Golden, being juniors along with Collodi, that chemistry's there. And now Gillikin coming into the mix, I'm sure there's some chemistry, but it might be a little different for those defenders, so we'll see. Still a very talented goalkeeper in there, and it's a luxury that Coach Calhoun has for the Red Devils.
Yes, but then again, we know she can also perform, as she also has 11 saves so far this season. Now Luciana Zulo playing that long ball for Karina. She's going to get to that too. Quite couldn't get that touch she wanted to bring that ball down. She could have made it 2-0 for Hunterdon Central.
And I don't think you can put this one on Karina Zulo. It was a great ball from her sister, but a really difficult touch to bring down. And she had Leitner charging out at her, and a really good bit of goalkeeping as Caitlin Adams with great strength in midfield just shrugging off Di Francesco.
Now Luciana Zulo, great work right there, doing scissors, using pace to get through the defenders, and gets taken down from the back. That's going to be a foul.
Right outside the box. This really is set up nicely for a right-footed effort. Bree Pavel took a great free kick in the first half from a similar position. This one a little wider, but it was just tipped over by Leitner. So we might see Pavel on the ball again, and we are. This just outside the 18-yard box. And Leitner will be a little nervous after Pavel's first free kick. And the goal scorer for Hunterdon Central will look to double the lead very early here in the second half.
Yes, now she's got a little bit of a different angle here, but she is quite closer now. And she's going to take that shot, and Leitner saying no to that free kick.
And then Sarah Hazard commits the foul. A great save again from Leitner. No one there to follow in for the Red Devils, and it remains 1-0. A second goal would really, really not be good for the Raiders as they look to preserve their undefeated season just 5 games in. And Hazard winning another towering header in midfield. Here's Caitlin Adams, heavy touch, and it's won back by Rogers, who is back in after suffering a minor head injury at the end of that first half. Karina Zulo just too much on that pass for Mullins, but won back by Hazard in midfield. And here's Mullins again on the turn off her chest, and she will play that ball to Luciana Zulo out on the left wing. The cross comes in, it's a great ball. Karina Zulo is called for a handball.
Now Central so far this game, they've been doing a great job staying onside, which is a problem they had against Phillipsburg.
I counted upwards of 10 offsides in just the first half against Phillipsburg. In an 8-0 win, you wouldn't expect that many offsides, but I don't think Hunterdon Central has had a single offsides call on them the entire game, and neither have the Raiders. So both sets of strikers are being very disciplined, and the offside traps are not working as of right now from the defenders, as Sam Senator wins a throw-in for the Red Devils.
Now,
and Christina Rogers has it back.
As you said before, there's not as many offsides right here, but the Raiders, they've been playing more conservative. They know that the offside trap didn't work for Phillipsburg. They're not going to even bother trying it out so far this game.
And it has worked well. The one goal came off a set piece rather than a through ball. So they really have done a good job cutting off Central's main point of attack with really only one breakaway to speak about from Luciana Zulo early in the first half. No. But the goal from Bree Pavel scored off a set piece.
Now Luciana doing a great job trying to maintain possession, but Rogers doing a great job to recover.
She's very strong in that midfield. And here's one of the players of the first half, Taylor Diggs, giving that ball away. She did very well tracking both Zulos, Mackenzie Mullins. She was really all over the field, working hard for her team, and for me, one of the best players in that first half for the Raiders.
Yes, and Diggs, even if she knows she's gotten beat, she's going to use her head. She's going to take that foul because she does not want that 1v1 situation against the goalkeeper.
And she still has some leeway. I thought maybe she would get a yellow card for that foul against Mackenzie Mullins in the first half. It looked like a clear breakaway with the shirt tug from Diggs, but she's not on a yellow card, so can afford to commit those fouls to save her team. here's a throw in again for Senator, who has played very well out at right back. Still no changes for that central back four with Merlot, Seifert, Golden, and Senator really playing some strong defense.
Now Mullins with that ball, and she's going to play it through to Caitlin Adams. She's going to filter it through to Luciana.
Just caught her on the heels there. Would have been through. It was a great ball from Adams. Unlucky break for the Red Devils.
Now the Red Devils so far this second half, they're pressing harder and harder than the first half, and it's something that the Raiders should watch out for.
And here's Pavel in midfield, looking for Zullo in behind. It's a mishit clearance. Adams plays a great ball. Here's Luciana Zullo lining up the shot on her right foot and just slicing it wide. A really good chance there for the senior forward. Didn't make the best of it, but she will continue to get opportunities if Bree Pavel can give her services like that.
Hunterdon Central with that great midfield, they have that vision to supply their attackers up top, and it's really something that the Raiders should watch out for, and they should play some pressure up top instead of just playing conservative.
Yeah, when Central does win those balls in midfield, they're clearly looking to counterattack and doing a good job of it so far. Here's Zullo on the ball again, looking for her sister, and it's flicked on, and it's an easy catch for Andrea Leitner, who has played a very good game so far. The goal, as we mentioned, nothing she could do about that. She made a great save on Zullo's left-footed effort from distance, a great save on Pavel's free kick. Really no goalkeeper would have kept out that goal from Pavel, as Sarah Hazard is sandwiched to the ground by two Raiders midfielders, and it'll be a free kick for the Red Devils.
Now the Raiders right there just sandwiching Sarah Hazard in the middle, and now it seems like Caitlin Adams is going to take this free kick and play it forward, or excuse me.
It'll be Seifert much deeper, about 15-20 yards deeper than her first free kick, which led to that goal, but she can really play a nice free kick in from the center of defense, and that created Pavel's goal. And she plays a great ball out wide, flicked on by Adams to Luciana Zullo, who touches it easily past the defender, but Ashley Vincent comes in and commits the foul. She's not happy about it, but it'll be a free kick out wide as Luciana Zullo is slow to get up.
Yes, now right there the player fell on top. This could be a very severe injury here.
And she looks to be okay. Definitely shaken up, a little bit of a limp, but their left winger should be fine as Dana Flood checks in. And this free kick will be curled in by Mackenzie Mullins.
Yes, also getting subbed off was Noelle Golden. Great effort from her.
So we talked about the versatility of Bree Pavel. She scored, she can play center mid, she can play striker, and here she is slotting in at center back next to Shea Seifert. So a different look for the Red Devils defense, but really Bree Pavel can play anywhere on the field. And it'll be the same other back three with Seifert, Senator, and Merlot, with Pavel coming in for Golden. Golden, who has played an outstanding first half plus about 10 minutes or so at the heart of that central defense.
Now great cross by Luciana Zullo, looking for her sister. Now it seems like Central did switch up their formation a little bit here in the subbing off Noelle Golden.
Yeah, it looks like they're back to that original 4-3-3 rather than the 4-4-2 they switched to late in the first half, with Karina Zullo out on the right, Brianna Floyd up top, and Dana Flood on the left.
Now Karina Zullo, she does not want to go home without a goal today.
Yeah, we talked about those 6 goals in 5 games so far. She'll be looking to keep that streak going. She's had a few opportunities, nothing too clear, no missed chances or anything, but she'll look to get in behind that defense, and she's got a real tough matchup against Taylor Diggs, who is actually slotted in at center back as opposed to her normal left back position.
Now the first 10 minutes have gone, and both of these teams have not scored so far the second half.
Again, it seems as if the Red Devils are on the front foot. Not too many chances to speak about, and the keeper change from Collodi to Gillikin has been unnoticed so far, as Leitner catches yet another cross that was too close to the goalkeeper from Central.
Now Leitner's going to look to punt that ball far away.
And Rogers wins it, and out wide, here come the Raiders, their first attack of the second half, and they win a throw off Hannah Merlo. And a double switch here. Logie is back in, number 6 for the Raiders, along with number 2, Gina Fahrenholtz.
Now the Raiders are going to put that ball back into play.
And here is Muskus out on the right wing. Good physical battle with Merlo, and
seems like it's a corner.
It's a corner. Bit of argument there from both players, but the referee has given it in favor of the Raiders.
Now corner kick here for the Raiders. This could be an opportunity for them to score, as they have a lot of tall players with physicality, but they're just not winning those headers.
Got to keep track of number 22, Christina Rogers. It looks as if Shea Seifert's going to mark her. Rogers has about 3 or 4 inches on her, and that's who they look for. DiFrancesco in there, and it is cleared. A chance for a counterattack. Brianna Floyd. Muskus on her horse to try to cut it out. And a nutmeg there from Brianna Floyd as she continues her run, and the ball is sliced to the left of Dana Flood. Great bit of skill there from Floyd, putting it through the defender's legs. A little bit of flair right there from the junior.
That's Brianna Floyd, right-footed. She put in that cross with her left foot.
Just a bit behind the on-rushing Dana Flood. But the juniors look to be good replacements for Luciana Zulo and Mackenzie Mullins up top. Mullins has slotted in the center mid right now, and she forces Logie into conceding a throw-in.
It's now Hunterdon Central. I don't think they need to worry about their future so far right now. They have Karina Zulo, only a freshman, and she's the top goal scorer already with 6 goals.
Along with their 2 starting goalkeepers who are juniors and sophomores. Gillikin being a sophomore, she's got 3 years left in the program, and Collodi will look to start next year as a senior. And as we mentioned, 3 out of their starting back 4 are juniors, with the exception of Hannah Merlo at left back. So, as you said, a great present team now for the Red Devils, and also for next year and in the future.
Now it seems like Rogers, she's playing that central attacking position, as she's all over the place up top.
And we mentioned she was a key player with 3 goals and 3 assists. It's going to be a long throw-in from her here. And flicked on off Senator and cleared by Shea Seifert for yet another throw. As you mentioned, she looks to be a little bit more attacking. She played more defensive in the first half, but as the Raiders need a goal, they need their key players involved in the attack. And here's Rogers again, and slices that cross with her left foot, her weaker left foot, away for a goal kick.
Senator doing a great job trying to muscle her off. Great matchup there. Senator clearly at a disadvantage in height, but right there you can see the power from that right back. Now Sarah Collodi, she's going to look to boot this one up high. Karina Zulo up on the right side, or excuse me, Ava Gillenak.
And a push in the back there by the freshman Karina Zulo, and it will be a free kick for Sophie Bross. She will look to send this one in, about 7 players forward for the Raiders, about 9 back for the Red Devils. She plays it short to DeLolo, and it is off her after a poor first touch for a central throw-in. We still have not seen Luciana Zullo since that minor injury she picked up about 5 or 6 minutes ago. That's a worrying sign for the Red Devils, as they have capable replacements, but they need their star player in there, and we'll see if she returns to this game. Here come the Raiders on the attack, and McNeely's cross blocked. Sarah Hazard shuffles the clearance away. It's not fully cleared, and finally Hazard puts her foot through it, and it's out for a Raiders throw-in near midfield, who will make a substitution now.
Now, Ryan, what do you think these Raiders can do to get back into this game? They're still in it, but what do you think they can do to tie it?
Well, I think first of all, they need to test the goalkeeper. Collodi was tested on a set piece, but no real shots from distance. I think you need to start off by testing the sophomore goalkeeper, Gillikin, who maybe hasn't played in a big game, maybe doesn't have the experience. She definitely has the talent, but they just need to get shots on goal. I can only count 2 or 3 shots on goal so far, only that one major chance in the first half, and they just need to not be too conservative as they were in the first half and really push players forward, because they only have about 23 minutes to preserve their undefeated season.
Now Bree Powell with her strong, powerful leg, playing that ball upfield and winning a throw on First Central. Now it seems like Luciana Zullo is fine.
She's warming up down the sideline, has not yet checked back into the game, but she looks to be okay now. We'll see if Coach Calhoun elects to put her back in anytime soon.
Now Brianna Floyd trying to fight for that ball up top against the Raiders, but the Raiders managed to keep the ball, and now Rogers making that run right there. Her height, she has those long legs to make that nice run, and now she manages to win this throw-in for the Raiders.
A great tackle from Pavel. We talked about the physicality between those two in midfield. Now it's between Pavel at center back and Rogers up on the attack as Taylor Diggs checks back in for the Raiders, and she replaces number 5, Carrie McNeely. I expected a bit more from McNeely up to this point. The leading goal scorer for the Raiders hasn't had many opportunities. We can praise the central defense for keeping her quiet. And now here, Gabby Alo is in for the first time, and she lofts one in. Diggs at the back post, and it looks like she hit that one with her thigh and out for a Gillikin goal kick, but worrying signs there for the Red Devils as Diggs was unmarked about 12 yards from her goal.
Now Diggs, it seems like she's slotting up forward, trying to look for that goal.
It looks like she's playing a center defensive mid role right now. They've gone to a 4-3-3, it looks like, and Diggs is in the heart of that midfield. Great game of defense so far for her, and hopefully she can provide a attacking spark for the Raiders, who really need a goal with halfway through the second half here.
Now Brianna Floyd pressuring up top against the Raiders. Raiders trying to clear it.
And another player, as we mentioned, Bree Pavel's been playing everywhere. Mackenzie Mullins started the game at striker, played some center mid. She is now playing left back, which was the position she played her freshman and sophomore years. So she's got some experience there. It's great to have versatility as Karina Zullo picks out Dana Flood in midfield. Great turn. The ball in behind for Brianna Floyd. A chance here for the Red Devils. A brilliant cutback and cleared away to Taylor Diggs.
Now Brianna Floyd trying to cut in. Maybe she was going to take that with her left foot.
Good bit of defending from the Raiders. And also sophomore Kylie Rossler has slotted in that midfield role now with Pavel at center back. She will be a key part in there with Mullins at left back. They need some help in midfield. And here's Mullins up from left back. Great bit of skill. Here's Dana Flood on the left wing. Challenging defenders. She gets a great cross in. Ashley Vincent gets the header away. And it's not quite cleared by the Raiders, and Sarah Hazard commits the foul. Still no sign of Luciana Zullo from the Red Devils, as the Raiders will make 2 more changes. Now, Fernando, if Luciana Zullo is out for some time, and here she is checking back in, a great sign for the Red Devils. One of their key players will go out to the right wing, replacing her sister, Karina. So a really good sign for the Red Devils here. She is a key player for them.
Yes, now Zulo, maybe she just needed some time to walk that off on the side, get comfortable with it, and right now, as they say, rub some dirt on it and go back out.
Yeah, and she's very tough. She won't let it bother her too much. A little bit of a limp. She was only off the field for about 10 or 12 minutes, and she is back out now with 19 minutes to play in this matchup as the Raiders draw the first offsides call of the game.
Now, Muscus, she's got to time that run a little bit earlier. It didn't seem like she was offside, but ref was right there, right in front. He probably saw those few couple steps.
They've been timing those runs well, both teams all match, with that being the first offsides of the game halfway through the second half, as it looks like Hannah Merlot is going to come back in. She usually plays left back. Mullins is at left back, and now Hannah Merlot looks to be playing left wing. So a lot of versatility in this Red Devils team as they are moving players all over the place.
Yes, and if Central want to, they could also play Senator up top, as she scored 2 goals against Phillipsburg.
And her normal position is right back, so definitely preaching to the team, don't just be a one-position player, as Mullins shows great strength, huge height disadvantage against Christina Rogers, but she wins it back. Sarah Hazard is one player who has stayed in her position the entire game, along with Cypher and Senator at the right side of that defense. Hazard has been great right in front of the back four, playing that holding midfield role, as she always is.
Now, great hustle there by Kylie Rossler, the sophomore.
And here's Rogers in behind, a test for Pavel. She does well. Looked to be a push in the back, no call from the referee, and it is a corner. Rogers looking to be a threat in behind rather than the more defensive role she played in the first half. And a corner here to be taken by number 26, Sophia Bross, from the Raiders, and they really need a goal here with time ticking down.
Coach Calhoun, she does a great job. She's putting Pavel wherever Rogers is, because Pavel is the only one that could put up a fight against Christina Rogers.
Yeah, Calhoun with a good bit of coaching, noticing that the Raiders need a goal. They're probably going to put their star player Rogers up top, and they need Pavel in there to match that physicality. The corner comes in from Bross, back post over Diggs' head, and here is Muscus. Floyd got a touch. Rossler plays a great ball out to Floyd. It's 3-on-2 on the counterattack, and here comes Luciana Zulo in behind.
Now up the
and
wing
she
is
will
Hannah
get there
Merlot.
second from DeLolo.
Hannah Merlot trying to make that run up top, waiting for that cross from Luciana Zulo. But the Raiders doing a great job on defense. Now Senator, she's going to put this ball back into play for the Red Devils as Sarah Hazard runs up for the throw-in. Now Sarah Hazard looking for someone wide open, decides to play it up wide, but the Raiders clearing that ball.
And checking in for the first time is junior Anna Davis. She will be playing that center attacking mid role for the Red Devils in for the first time. She got some looks in that 8-0 win against Phillipsburg, and she will be looking for her opportunity, as she hasn't gotten many in this game. And a handball against Hannah Merlot.
Now Anna Davis, she's a player that Coach Calhoun likes to sub in later on in the game. She's a very different player and brings a different meal to the plate.
She brings a lot of energy in midfield. She's a workhorse. She will challenge the back four. She'll win 50-50 balls in midfield, and really a key substitute in this constant shuffling of the Hunterdon Central team. Flicked on there, finally a header one, easy for Gillikin, and we have about 15 minutes remaining. As we mentioned, Scotch Plains tied their first game 0-0 away to Westfield. They have won all 4 games since, as Gillikin with a monster drop punt won by Taylor Diggs in midfield. And Central also 4 straight wins of their own after dropping their first game 1-0 to Ridge away from home. So if Central can knock off Scotch Plains here, an undefeated team, their number 3 power ranking could increase to 1 or 2 this week.
Samantha Senator playing it close by to Anna Davis. Ref blows the whistle here. Seems like it's a foul against Diggs. Shay Seyfert, she's gonna come up and take that free kick. She's got that strong leg to send that ball up high and far for the Red Devils to have a decent shot at goal.
Her free kick leading to the only goal of the game thus far by Bree Pavel. And here's Seifert deep in her own half. She plays a great ball down the sideline. Zulo battling in the air with McNeely, and it's cleared away by DeLolo. Seifert with a great step in midfield, pokes the ball away, and it's an easy claim for the Raiders defense. One back by Merlot in her unusual left wing position. And there's Davis for Hazard, and they work it out to Mullins. Central looking to keep possession here and see this game out for a very impressive victory.
Now Sarah Hazard intercepting that ball towards Merlot. Merlot crossing it, intended for Luciana Zulo, and Hunterdon Central recover as Brianna Floyd tries playing it through again to Merlot.
And there you see a great tackle. That's the work rate we were talking about with Anna Davis in midfield. Great tackle there, winning the ball back and sending Floyd on the counterattack. And here is the freshman star, Karina Zulo. She will check back in for Hannah Merlot, who we could see again at defense later in this game to try to hold out for another win.
As now it seems like Hannah Merlot, she was just put up top just to hold that position down while Karina got a nice break. As she is getting worn down, running up and down that field. You can see her hustling back to help out on defense, and also she's running up that field for a great offense.
One back here by Caitlin Adams, who's had a very good game. The ball in behind. It looks like Luciana Zulo is onside, but straight to Leitner. Now, Central's had a great game overall, but the one thing I think they could have done is gotten Karina Zulo more involved. I mean, she has 6 goals in 5 games. Really important player. I just don't think she's seen enough of the ball today. Vincent clears that ball away, and Central will have a deep throw-in in their attacking third.
Throw-in for the Red Devils. Now this throw-in is in a good position right here. Not too up far the field, not too far down. Hunterdon Central could convert off this throw-in.
And it looks like it'll be Mullins to throw that ball in. And it was intended for Karina Zulo, and it'll be out for a throw-in in the same position. Raiders looking to make 2 subs here. Maybe a last-ditch effort to try to get a point on the board. And that ball in, difficult for Leitner. Hazard won it in the air. The ball still loose and finally cleared away, but only as far as the Red Devils.
Now Sarah Hazard playing it to Karina Zulo.
And Rogers will battle in the air here. Seifert doing really well to win that ball. And Adams is fouled in midfield.
Now it seems like Scotch Plains, they're going to use that little bit of energy still left in the tank and put it all out right here as they still want to make a comeback in the second half.
And we talked about the future of Central, many young players, but also a lot of leadership, experience up there. 3 players who have been playing varsity since freshman year, and they should be able to see this game out with their experience as Bree Pavel, Luciana Zulo, and Sarah Hazard have all been playing at the varsity level since their freshman year. They should have the experience to see this game out for a very nice win.
Now Sarah Hazard decides to play it back, and ball and Anna Davis just not timing her run up to the ball correctly, and it goes right through her legs, and now the Raiders have possession again.
One back there, and Anna Davis is looking to be a key part late in this game. She's been a really important player the last 10 minutes or so with her junior partner Bree Floyd up top. They've had some good chemistry up there over the last couple minutes of the second half. And we are down to 10 minutes to play. The Raiders will be looking to send balls into the box, trying to score on Ava Gillikin's goal, which has not been tested all in the second half. The only one test for Central was the save by Collodi in the first half.
Now coming down to the last 10 minutes, Scotch Plains making those 4 substitutions late on in the game. Oh, and Rogers getting a header to that. And Gillinek still saving that ball on the line, it seems.
And the goal has been given for Scotch Plains. There was a question there if the ball had gone in or not. The referee on the far side issued as that it had crossed the line, and now the momentum of this game has swung. 9.5 minutes remaining, and will we find our winner in this one, or will this finish as expected, a very close game?
Yes, now you can't blame Gillenak right there. She did an outstanding job saving that first shot, and she still jumped for that second one, just couldn't get there in time, right on the line, and the refs called it as a goal.
Now from our angle, Fernando, I didn't think that ball had crossed the line. Remember, the entire ball has to cross the entire width of the line for that ball to go in. It didn't look as if it had from up here, but the referee with a much different angle. And 1-1, Scotch Plains back in it against the run of play. You have to say Central have deserved a lead in this game, like more goals, something. But credit to Scotch Plains for fighting back. And if you're going to finish the season undefeated, you're going to need that fight back in tough away games like this.
Yes, now Scotch Plains, they weren't going to go down easily. They're ranked 8th in the state. They are a very hard opponent, and as I said in the beginning of the game, this is going to be challenging for Central to win.
Long ball in from Cypher, and they will win a throw. It's looking like Hannah Merle is going to check back into the game here for Sam Senator, who has played really a great game, 70+ minutes after her 2-goal outing against Phillipsburg. Now the key for Central here is don't hang your head. They just need to get back out there, try to find a winner, and ignite this home crowd for a huge win against an undefeated team. And they have 8.5 minutes to do so.
Now Luciana Zulo, great flick, and then crosses it in towards her sister.
The touch just not there. Looks like off the thigh of Karina Zulo, and easy for Leitner, who hasn't had much action in the second half as opposed to all her action in the first half. So this game up for grabs now. In this league, it will finish with a draw if the final score finishes 1-1, but both teams will be looking for a win. Great feat there from Mullins, but she concedes a throw.
Now, right now, we're starting to get to the psychological effects of the sport. As we see, the Raiders just scored that goal. They're getting that boost, and Hunterdon Central, they shouldn't get 2 down on this goal. They shouldn't get upset over this goal, because that could cost them the game. Right now, for Hunterdon Central to win this game, they got to stay positive. Gillenak diving for that ball. Great header.
She did not touch it, according to the referee, just wide, but a good chance there. The Raiders are claiming, mostly Erica Muscus, that was tipped by the sophomore goalkeeper, but nothing doing from the referee's perspective.
Well, Muscus, she headed that ball. Maybe she didn't get quite the view that we got, but from my angle, it didn't seem like she touched it. It just went wide.
Here's Muscus on the ball again. The Raiders looking to snatch a huge victory against the number 3 ranked Red Devils. Mullins wins the header, losing her headband in the process, and still clearing the ball away.
Now Brianna Floyd getting to that ball, playing it back to Anna Davis. Anna Davis playing it up high for Karina Zulo, and she just gets to that ball.
Again, losing her headband in the process.
Now the Raiders doing a great job falling back. They do not want to lose this game. Now with that energizing goal right there, it's going to be hard for Hunterdon Central to score another goal.
Yeah, it was such a letdown for them, having scored in the first half, defended really well, and here comes Muscus on the break. Mullins, great strength. A foul has been called, and the first yellow card of the game issued to Mackenzie Mullins. I didn't see much in that tackle, to be honest with you, Fernando. It looked like a shoulder to shoulder, but the referee with no hesitation, whipping out the booking. Hannah Merlo, the captain, has the right to talk to the official. She's not happy about it, and a free kick in a very dangerous position for the Raiders. Central need to keep their heads cool, and they cannot lose this game in the last couple minutes after having the lead for so long. That would be such a letdown for them.
That's not right there. I don't know if I agree with that call by the ref. It seemed like it was a 50-50. It was pretty fair. She didn't shove her from the back.
Yeah, she didn't extend her arm. It looked pretty clean, and even if you're called a foul, yellow card seems a bit harsh, but it won't have too much on the effect of the outcome for Mullins. swung in with the left foot, deep at the back post. Hazard heads away, and the chip ball back in, and Gillikin tips it just wide. Pressure building for the Raiders. They have a corner with just under 6 minutes to play.
Now Danielle Mrosik taking that shot from outside the 18, trying to get that ball in, testing Gillenak from far distance out, trying to catch her off guard, but she does manage to win the corner for the Raiders with 5 minutes and 30 seconds left on the clock in the second half.
Swung in, back post, digs on it, and Gillikin claims nervous moments here for the Red Devils. That one thrown out to Luciana Zulo out on the right wing.
Now Luciana Zulo playing that ball up for Brianna Floyd, and she does manage to win it. Kaylin Adams with the ball, and she is going to play it to Sarah Hazard, who plays it back.
Now the tide has really turned here, Fernando, after Hunterdon Central was on the front foot most of this game, really deserving of a lead against the run of play they concede, and now huge change in momentum. The away team, the Raiders, on the front foot with some great chances. That ball in behind, and it is cut out by Bree Pavel, and she will shield this ball out for a goal kick. And we are approaching the 5-minute mark here. The Red Devils pushing for a goal, the Raiders pushing for a goal, and Mackenzie Mullins is going to check into this game up top for Brianna Floyd. And now we have the starting lineup with the exception of Anna Davis at center mid and Bree Pavel at center back. So the Red Devils really going for it here.
Yes, Red Devils, they're going to want to go all-out attack right here with 4 minutes and 30 seconds left on the clock. Now Scotch Plains, Christina Rogers is going to get to that ball, and she's going to play it up high. Playing it
behind, here it comes, and too far for DiFrancesco. Gillikin sees it out for a goal kick. 4 minutes to play here. Will we find a winner in this one, Fernando? Your thoughts?
Now, I'm not sure. It seems like both of these teams, they're pushing harder than ever before. They weren't running this much in the beginning of the game, and right now both of them are so anxious to win. As both of them know, they're both well matched, and this is for bragging rights too.
They could see each other again in the Hunter and Warren Sussex counties. That would be such a great matchup, as Noelle Golden will check in for Caitlin Adams, and Seifert, as we mentioned, could play center mid. She will slot in there, and Golden will come in at center back next to Bree Pavel. And they're staying with the 4-3-3 formation. Zulo with a great bit of skill to get around DeLolo, and she is fouled. Big chance here. It looks like Seifert will go into the box rather than taking the free kick. Merlot, great chance here, just 3 minutes left. This would be such a dramatic victory for the Red Devils if they can snatch a goal right at the end of this one.
Yes, now Pavel moving up top. Now it seems like Shea Seifert, she's also moving to the midfield position. Merlot putting that cross in, and it seems like it was intended for Luciana Zulo at the right post.
Too straight at Leitner, and in my opinion, I just think if both teams push like this for the last 2 minutes, someone will catch a break on the counterattack as Pavel sees this one out to her goal kick. Gillikin pushed down with 2 hands, a clear yellow card there, and that is Alyssa DiFrancesco who will get the booking. It doesn't get more blatant than that. A 2-handed shove. Gillikin had the ball on her hand, in her hands. The goalkeeper is a protected position, which means if you do that, it's a yellow card. Yes. So clear there. Really not a good decision for DiFrancesco. One of the best players on the team now has to come out of the game.
As well, this far late in the game, she was eager for that goal, and she just couldn't hold herself back making that run. Now, ball up to Luciana Zulo, trying to play that header through to Mullins. Now Hannah Merlo is going to get that header, and it's going to be a Raiders throw-in. Now the Raiders are going to want to play this game quick.
And we are approaching the 2-minute mark here. Tensions rising here. A player from each team booked in the last couple of minutes. And we'll see how this game pans out. It's looking evenly matched right now. I really can't see any other result than a tie at this point. But a late winner would be dramatic and quite huge. And the yellow card's coming out again, this time for Luciana Zulo. She went straight through the back of Taylor Diggs, challenging for a ball. And I'd have to agree with that decision. Yellow card. Really didn't look to be playing the ball, and the Raiders have a free kick in their own half. And Luciana Zula will also have to come off. Dana Flood in here, and it looks as if the senior forward is done for the day with just 2 minutes remaining. Christina Rogers playing all over the field, sends one in. The Raiders have a chance here on the attack to snatch a late winner here at Stewart Field. It's won by Sarah Hazard in midfield.
And Sarah Hazard plays that up top for Karina Zulo. And it
Ashley
seems like
Vincent will cut that out.
And Karina Zulo will not stop fighting for that ball. And it's a throw-in for the Raiders.
And we are approaching just 1 minute to play. It has been a great match so far, and a bit of a letdown for the Red Devils to concede after leading for so long. But I mean, they have to be happy with a point against a very impressive Raiders team who, as the looks of it right now, will remain undefeated. And what a game from the Raiders, coming back, enemy territory, away from home, and snatching an equalizer with not much time remaining.
Yes, now with the last few final seconds, the Raiders are going to look to make this last final attack here. And
Noelle
Golden clearing that ball. Now Karina Zula, she's going to run up, try to add a little bit of pressure.
We have about 30 seconds remaining. Maybe a last chance here for the Red Devils. Here's Mullins. Plays it in behind to Karina Zulo. And cut out. Christina Rogers has been all over the field today. One of the players of the game. And she has kept her side in it. Pavel plays it back to Noelle Golden. Risky touch there. The shot comes in. And Gillikin has it. Only seconds remain in this great contest. And it looks as if both teams will be content with a point here. Maybe Central will be a bit disappointed they didn't take more advantage of their opportunities and win this game. But as we mentioned, undefeated team, you cannot be happy. You cannot be too disappointed with a draw.
Now Dana Flood playing that header in, and it goes out of bounds again. Now Hannah Merlo, she's going to put this back in, and the ref blows the final whistle. Hello everybody, welcome back to Stewart Field, where we are now in overtime as the Hunterdon Central Red Devils are up against the Scotch Plains-Fanwood Raiders. Now, Scotch Plains, they were putting in that late goal in the second half, tying it and bringing the game into overtime against the Red Devils.
This is prime time soccer right now, and interesting to see who the goalkeeper will be. It will be Ava Gillikin, who played in the second half. She'll be back in. Red Devils going with the exact same way they started the game, with Shay Cipher in midfield and Brie Pavel at center back. That's the only change there. And the Raiders will line up the same way with Taylor Diggs in midfield rather than left back. And we are ready to kick off at the end of regulation. Hunterdon Central Red Devils 1, Scotch Plains-Fanwood Raiders 1. And we are off from Stewart Field in extra time, and Kylie Rossler has slotted in at left back. Hannah Merlo's at right back. Sam Senator will not start the overtime period after starting the game. Cipher plays Karina Zulo in midfield, and here is Sarah Hazard, cut out by Muscus. And now DiFrancesco flicks it in behind to Muscus.
Now Muscus, she's been doing a great job so far for Scotch Plains. Oh, an error here. Ooh.
And just wide of Gillikin's goal. The ball came in from Katie Mrazek, and it was just tipped wide by the Raiders. And a goal kick here. It was DiFrancesco who got that last touch. And we are underway here. 2 10-minute overtime periods is what the league rules state, and that will be the end of the match after that. Sarah Hazard flicks a header wide. Cipher wins it in midfield, battling with Mrazek.
Now Caitlin Adams doing a great job cutting that ball out, trying to play it to Karina Zulo, but just wide.
And it'll be a throw-in for DeLolo and the Raiders. DeLolo not happy. She felt that Karina Zulo purposely kicked that ball away after it was already out of bounds, but the referee having no issue with that from the freshman.
Yes, no, it just seemed like she was trying to flick that ball up to get across, she just forgot that she ran out of real estate in this game.
Muscus playing it here to Bross. DeLolo finds the star player from the Raiders, Christina Rogers, in midfield. And here comes Muscus again. She's been a key part as well. Taylor Diggs getting forward from her usual left back position, playing center mid to start the overtime period. Mrazek's pass is defended away easily by Brie Pavel. Here's Mullins. If she flicks it wide, Karina Zulo's in behind and just cut off there by Ashley Vincent. Really good bit of defending. Merlot with the step and giving away again a sloppy start to this overtime period.
Now both of these teams doing an excellent job fighting for that ball, and right now it's a battle in the midfield area from both of these sides. Now Noelle Golden cutting off that pass, not giving up, and Shay Seyfried's gonna fall back to support. Now ball up to Mullins, gets a head flick, but just didn't get the touch.
Rossler wins that header for Hazard in midfield. Here's Caitlin Adams, back out to the sophomore Rossler, and the pass too far for Luciana Zulo, but they win a throw right in front of the Raiders bench.
Hunterdon Central, they really need to be careful in overtime as Scotch Plains, they're pushing very hard up top, and it seems like they're cutting off a lot of the passes going through, and now it seems like Scotch Plains is just trying to beat down on Hunterdon Central in overtime.
Zulo with some quick feet on the left side, and here is Seifert in midfield. Lots of space to turn into. She's got Merlot on the overlap, went back into pressure. Merlot's calling for the ball. She's wide open, and Seifert will finally pick her out here, about 40 yards away from goal. She sends a great ball in towards Mullins and flicked on to no one in particular and cleared away by the Raiders over near the central bench. That clearance was from Danielle Mrazek, who is the twin sister of number 21, Katie Mrazek. So we talked a lot about the Zulo sisters, the Mrazek sisters, also with a lot of chemistry, maybe not as much flair up top as the Central sisters. And here is one of them in Luciana Zulo.
Now, the question is, Karina Zulo, where is she going to commit to? She's a very good player right there. She let that ball go right through.
And here's Seifert out on the right wing. She'll keep it in play. Chance here for the Red Devils. Here is Karina Zulo. Cross comes in, headed away, and it will be Luciana Zulo hooking it back in, but straight to Andrea Leitner, and she will punt this one away. We are halfway through the first overtime period. Reminder that each overtime period is 10 minutes. They will play the full 20 minutes.
Now, as you can see, 100 Central, when they move up top, Scotch Plains, they all fall back to play that defense. And now, small error right there. Through pass just way too long for number 26, Sophie Browse. Now Sophie Browse with the ball, and she's gonna play up top to number 4, who decides to play it back. Now number 22 with the ball, and Browse again, and she's gonna try to play a nice long pass, and Noelle Golden getting to that.
And a
now
great
Caitlin
tackle in
Adams.
midfield from Caitlin Adams.
Now Samantha Senator, she's gonna try to keep the Raiders out. Now Luciana Zulo trying to keep possession of the ball, and it is a throw-in for the Red Devils. Now substitutions here by the Raiders. They're gonna put some fresh legs up top. Now Hunter and Central trying to play it back. Brianna Floyd making the run up top, but the Raiders getting to it again. Raiders playing some tight defense in the back, not allowing Central to play any through balls. Now Caitlin Adams playing it through, no one up top on the left side. Now Leitner with the ball. She's gonna try to take her time, and she's gonna punt it back in. And Karina Zulo tries to get to it. Now it seems like league regulations state that it is golden goal in overtime.
So they will not play the full 20 minutes unless there's not a goal. So whoever scores first wins. So no room for error as Karina Zulo gets forward here, and Christina Rogers, she is all over the field there. And that one is off Brianna Floyd for a Raiders throw-in. So whoever scores first, the game will be over at that point. They will have won, and that's really important to note. This match will not go into penalty kicks at the conclusion of the 20 minutes if no one scores. It will end in a draw, hence why Scotch Plains drew their first match against Westfield. They may have a bit more overtime experience considering Central hasn't been in this scenario yet.
That's not Central. They're used to just destroying their players. Great run by Luciana Zulo right there.
Falls through to Floyd, and Leitner is on it. Great bit of goalkeeping. She's been fantastic all game and keeps her side in it with 2 minutes left to play in the first half of extra time.
Yes, and as you said before, Hunter and Central, they might not have this experience in overtime. Their players seem to be getting worn out as Scotch Plains are starting to run around a little bit more. They do have that extra bit of experience. As you said, they tied that first game and went into overtime.
Now all of Central's wins have been, with the exception of one, by at least 2 goals. So as you said, they're getting worn down. They're used to scoring a couple goals, then seeing the game out. Very different for them here, but this is good in a league game. It's not a make or break for their season. They would love to win it, but this is the experience they need if they're going to make a run in the state championship and in the Hunter Warren Sussex County Finals. So really good experience to have for both teams here, and let's see if we can get a dramatic golden goal winner. One of the most dramatic scenarios in soccer.
Now Sarah Hazard getting to that ball. Foul here. No foul called by the ref.
It looked like a clear trip from behind by Taylor Diggs, who's accumulated a couple fouls in this match. Noelle Golden looked like a clear push from behind there by number 5, leading goal scorer for the Raiders, Carrie McNeely, and she does commit an offense here. Actually, no, they say goal kick, so no foul. It looked like 2 clear fouls there that the referee did not call.
Yes, now this game we haven't seen much from Carrie McNeely. It seems like Hunter and Central is doing a great job just shutting her down, but also they need to watch out for those other players on Scotch Plains.
And one of them, again, Christina Rogers. We've been saying her name all game. She has won a lot of 50-50 balls in midfield. She has been a force in that midfield, and when she went up top for that one spell of the game, a really, really key player for the Raiders. Here's Luciana Zulo, the overlap coming from her left back. Cypher in midfield, big chance here. That ball threaded through by Cypher. It's a great ball. Sam Senator in behind. A great, great bit of defending there from Scotch Plains. And they will win a goal kick. It looked as if Senator was through. A lovely ball from Cypher. And that is the end of the first period of extra time. It doesn't look like there's not usually a break. They usually just switch sides, maybe a quick water break here. We will keep you tuned in for this.
Yes, now it seems like they're just going to take that quick drink of water and switch sides. Now Gillenak, she's going to have to run across the field. Great game so far by both of these sides. Now with 10 minutes left in this game, golden goal, as they say, golden goal. When you play that golden goal, everyone just goes as hard as they can. No one gives up.
But they also can't afford to go too high up the field and be called out at the back.
Now Ryan, I think this has been a very great game from both of these teams.
And as you mentioned, Fernando, in the beginning of the game, evenly matched sides, and they have shown that right down to the last 10 minutes of overtime. A really great game here, and the referees are ready to bring the teams back onto the field for the second half of extra time. And here come the Lady Devils back out there looking for an impressive win. It would be dramatic. The stands are mostly packed here underneath the press box, and these fans are eager to cheer for another goal. Just seeing one, which is unusual for this prolific attack of the Red Devils.
That's now Zulo right there. She's the leader of the pack right now. And right now she wants to take the Lady Devils to this one. They want to take them to the end, and she wants that win. Now Scotch Plains dispersing already, getting ready for kickoff. Now
Scotch Plains kicks off the second half of extra time, and it's a great step by left back Hannah Merlo. Mullins wins the ball behind. Big chance here. Karina Zulo pointing to where she wants it. It's a great ball from Mullins. Karina Zulo turn. Great goalkeeping from Andrea Leitner. A big chance there. It was a really swift turn away from Ashley Vincent, and the freshman just couldn't get her foot on it before the safe hands of Leitner were in on her feet as Seifert wins a header away for a Raiders throw-in. What a ball from Mackenzie Mullins, and a really good chance to start the overtime.
Now Caitlin Adams starting to run up, trying to cover number 22, Christina Rogers.
Ball won back by McNeely. A speculative shot or pass. I'm not really sure what that was from the Raiders.
Seemed like she was trying to take a shot just from the run up. Maybe she just didn't get it. It looks like it seems like she hit the turf on that shot and couldn't lift the ball up.
So a big note here from the Red Devils. Their number one goalkeeper, Sarah Collodi, started the first half. Gillikin came in the second half, and Gillikin has stayed in for both overtime periods. Are you a bit surprised by this, or is it the fact that Gillikin played the whole second half? Collodi thought she was done for the game, probably didn't warm up much. What do you think about this goalkeeper decision? It's very different with two goalkeepers finding field time as opposed to Leitner being the only goalkeeper for Scotch Plains.
Well, I think that's Sarah Collodi. She did a great job in that first half, but who knows what she was feeling. Maybe Coach Calhoun saw that she wasn't confident enough, and she decided to put in Gillenak. And Gillenak, so far, she's been putting up a great job against Scotch Plains, and why not just keep her in for overtime?
Seifert wins the ball in midfield.
Luciana
Zulo. Mullins with a great touch. She's in behind as well, and Leitner is all over this game. Every time it looks as if Central gets in behind, as Karina Zulo seems to have picked up a slight knock, maybe a cramp. She's a freshman, not used to this kind of high-level game as opposed to the games she's played in, mostly wins. This one is going the full 100 minutes.
Now number 26, Browse, losing possession of the ball. And Shay Safer is going to play it to Karina Zulo now, or excuse me, back to Shay Safer, played it to Luciana Zulo. And now number 14,
Mullins chips it
plays
behind.
over to Luciana Zulo. And she is going to get to that now. She's got a little bit of time right here. She's going to try to use her skill to beat these defenders. Puts in a cross and cut out by Scotch Plains.
And a good touch there from DiFrancesco to Browse. She's looking for options in midfield and plays a wayward ball just outside. And Taylor Diggs is going to come back into the match. The first change of overtime as soon as we have our next stoppage.
Now Hannah Merlo playing that long throw into Luciana Zulo. And Shay Safer, not sure what happened there, but just sending it over to the goalkeeper. Now with 6 minutes and 30 seconds left in this game, it seems like the game could end up in a tie.
Now, Fernando, let me ask you this. Who would be the happier of the two coaches if this game finishes level?
Well, I think the happier of these two coaches would be Scotch Plains. They're not playing on their home turf, and to still get that 1 point on the road, that's a great great job, especially against a team that's ranked up higher than you in the power rankings. Hunterdon Central is ranked 3rd in the state, but also Scotch Plains, they're not too far behind, only in 8th in this state. And also, remember, there's a lot of teams here in New Jersey, and so far today, there is over 70 games.
And this one of the more exciting you'd imagine. Very excited for the opportunity to get to broadcast this game to you, and what a great entertaining spectacle it's been with this game going to overtime. 2 well-matched teams, and the skills here of Luciana Zullo have been on display all game. She sets it up. Seifert just tripped over the ball. It's back out to Hazard. Tough break for the Red Devils. Here's Mullins looking to open up space for a shot. She wins it back, plays it out wide to the freshman Karina Zullo. Great bit of skill on display from the Zullo Scissors. Shea Seifert had a great chance there to hit a shot. She just tripped over the ball, got caught under her feet. She'll be kicking herself there that she didn't get a shot off on Leitner's goal. But Central still on the attack with Senator and Zullo.
Now the Zullos are doing a great job drawing the defenders towards them and playing in a cross for an opportunity at goal. Now Shea Seifert with the ball, playing it up high, and she still manages to maintain possession. Plays in a cross for Mullins. Mullins takes a shot, and Leitner in between the bars, catching that ball.
And you see the frustration from Mullins. Great chance on the volley. She's got the talent, got the ability to connect with that ball well and stick it in the top corner for a great win. She was very disappointed with herself. She mishit that ball, and it bounced to Leitner, who has been fantastic, as finally the change will be made. Taylor Diggs coming in for Kerry McNeely. A bit of a surprise change here. The leading goal scorer going off the field with 4 minutes left in overtime.
Now it seems like Scotch Plains, they don't want to risk it. They're going to take off that attacker and put in an extra defender, and Diggs is the person they need in the back.
And if we're talking in terms of great performances this game, obviously Christina Rogers in midfield. Leitner's been a rock at the back. But how about the performances of Taylor Diggs and Ashley Vincent in the center of that defense, holding out one of the most prolific attacks in girls soccer.
Now Noelle Golden by herself in the back. Scotch Plains pressuring really hard, and Gillenack having a hard time with that goal kick as she is being pressured.
She sliced that clearance away, the ball from Golden.
And Karina Zullo flicking it up, trying to get the header. Now Scotch Plains, they're doing a great job boxing out Zullo. But it doesn't seem like we've seen everything from the Zullos yet, as they're gonna push super hard in these final 3 minutes of this game. Hannah Merlo receives the ball, and high pressure from Scotch Plains, and Christina Rogers has possession. Now she's gonna take some time and wait for her offense to move up forward.
Browse looking to hit a shot, and it's well over Gillikin's goal. And we are about 2.5 minutes left from the final whistle. And a surprising change here. Karina Zullo exits the game, and from the body language of Coach Calhoun, that might be the last we see of the freshman sensation today. After 6 goals in her previous 5 games, it looks like she will finish goalless tonight. Taylor Diggs in behind. Christina Rogers is onside, out on the right wing. She whips in a cross across the face of goal, and it is back out, and Shea Seifert has it. Mullins points to where she wants it, and the ball is cut out by DeLolo.
Now Shea Seifert recovering the ball again. Luciana Zullo making that run upfield. Rough blowing, no whistle back there.
DeLolo was stepped over by Shea Seifert. She wasn't too happy about it, but it seemed harmless from the central midfielder.
Now Hunterdon Central, they're going to be defending to the last minute right here. Trying to find Mullins up top. Hunterdon Central still holding on to this draw right here. Noelle Golden heading that ball out. And it seems like Senator played it up to Dana Flood. Now Shea Seifert falling back, and now Dana Flood with the ball. She should play it up top. She finds Mullins. Now Luciana Zullo cutting through, and she receives that through ball. Turns around, plays it to Sarah Hazard. Sarah Hazard should take a shot. She takes a shot, and it goes just high.
Hands turns on head immediately from Sarah Hazard. What a great chance. The turn from Zula was outstanding, absolutely outstanding. And Hazard just got her foot under the ball and blasted it over. And that might be the final kick of this game as Leitner sends a goal kick there. And this would be a hard-fought draw from both teams here. What a game we've witnessed so far.
Now Zula, she did a great job drawing those defenders. And right there, she saw Sarah Hazard making that run. She played that ball to her. But Sarah Hazard, maybe it was just those last few minutes, the pressure was on her, and that shot was just too high. And now Mullins trying to make that run upfield to get that ball. And it seems like Central has the throw-in.
They're really pushing here, Fernando, for that late winner. Sam Senator using every last bit of energy to sprint up and take that throw. She whips it across. It's a great ball. It's over the head of
Caitlin Adams.
The final whistle blows. It finishes Hunterdon Central Red Devils 1 and Scotch Plains Raiders 1 after extra time. What a game from both teams.
Yes, now going into extra time with both of these players tying 1-1. Very impressive matchup from both of these teams. Hunterdon Central doing an outstanding job holding on to that, but a better job from Scotch Plains getting that win on the road, or excuse me, that draw on the road. Every point counts. Now, today's final score was 1-1. As I said, for everyone here at Hunterdon Central Television, I'm Fernando Rodriguez with Ryan Sullivan saying so long from Stewart Field.